Bam! Just like that, our beloved moon is hit by a colossal asteroid. Imagine the sky lighting up as the moon shatters, sending chunks of rock flying toward Earth. It's a cosmic fireworks show like no other. But don't panic just yet. Let's take a deep breath and explore what this wild scenario really means. Now, before you start hiding under your bed, let's be clear. This kind of event is incredibly unlikely to happen anytime soon. But let's rewind the clock and look back at ancient times. The moon has been around for billions of years, and it has seen its fair share of impacts. In fact, scientists believe that the moon was formed after a massive collision between a Mars-sized object, often called Theia, and the early Earth. This event created the moon, and while it didn't split it in half, it sure was a big deal. The scars from that ancient collision can be seen today in the form of craters scattered across the lunar surface. Fast forward to today, and we've got a better idea of what could hit the moon. There are asteroids, comets, and even dwarf planets lurking in our solar system. But don't worry. Most of these objects are harmless, zipping through space without a care in the world. However, let's break it down and see what can actually collide with our lunar neighbor. First up, we have these small rocks. These little guys, often referred to as meteoroids, are typically no bigger than a pebble. When they enter the moon's thin atmosphere, they burn up before they even hit the surface, leaving behind nothing but a little dust. So if you're worried about a tiny rock causing chaos, rest easy. It's just going to create a brief flash and vanish. Next, let's talk about medium-sized asteroids. These can range from a few meters to hundreds of meters across. When they hit the moon, they might leave a crater, but nothing catastrophic happens. The moon has been bombarded by these for eons, and while they can create some beautiful craters, they aren't likely to cause any major drama. Now, we get to the juicy part. Large asteroids. These bad boys can be several kilometers wide and pack a serious punch. If one of these were to collide with the moon, we're talking about significant impacts. The resulting explosions could create massive craters and send debris flying into space. But don't worry, even these collisions are rare, and the moon is pretty good at taking a hit. But what if a truly massive object were to hit the moon? Let's get a bit wild here. Picture an asteroid the size of Texas, or even a small dwarf planet like Ceres, zooming through space. Now, that's a game changer. If such an object were to collide with the moon, the results would be catastrophic. Imagine the moon splitting in half, one half drifting away, while the other remains in orbit. The night sky would never be the same again. We'd witness a celestial event that would leave astronomers and stargazers alike in awe and terror. Now let's think about how this could impact Earth. The gravitational pull of the moon affects our tides. If the moon were to split, we'd see some wild changes in ocean currents. Tides could become unpredictable, leading to potential flooding in coastal areas. Imagine surfers riding waves that are suddenly twice as high. And what about the rotation of Earth? The moon helps stabilize our planet's tilt. Without it, we might experience wild shifts in climate. Seasons could become more extreme, making winters colder and summers blistering hot. Extreme weather patterns might become the norm, with hurricanes and storms hitting unexpectedly. We could end up with a planet that feels more like a roller coaster than a stable home. Marine life? Say goodbye to some species that rely on the tides for breeding and feeding. Fish, crabs, and other sea creatures depend on the rhythms of the moon. Without these patterns, entire ecosystems could collapse, leading to a chain reaction that affects everything from coral reefs to the birds that feed on fish. Glaciers could melt faster with the new climate swings, raising sea levels and causing chaos along coastlines. Coastal cities could face increased flooding, leading to displacement and economic challenges. Just imagine the real estate market in Miami if the ocean decides to move in. Animal life would also be thrown into disarray. Many animals, from migratory birds to sea turtles, rely on the moon for navigation. With its gravitational pull altered, we might see confusion in migration patterns, leading to fewer animals reaching their breeding grounds. This could disrupt food chains and biodiversity. And don't even get me started on us humans. We'd have to adapt quickly to a new world without our steady moon guiding us. Our cultural ties to the moon run deep. Think about how many poems, songs, and myths revolve around that glowing orb. A moonless night sky would leave us feeling a bit lost, like trying to navigate without a map. So, while the idea of the moon splitting in half sounds like a sci-fi thriller, It's a reminder of how connected we are to that glowing orb in the night sky. It's not just a pretty face, it's a crucial part of our cosmic neighborhood. Let's just hope it stays intact for a while longer. And here's where you come in. What do you think about this wild scenario? Do you have your own what-if ideas that you'd like us to explore? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more mind-bending explorations into the impossible. Thanks for watching.